is inevitable. But what is change? It is evolution. Change is a spark of ideas, and it's the ideas of change that have helped Oriflame grow stronger for half a century. As Oriflame celebrates its 50th anniversary, 2017 marks the biggest celebration in the history of the brand. It's also the year when Oriflame reiterates its ongoing commitment towards sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last 50 years, Oriflame has been making a number of beautiful changes to make the world a better place. From creating opportunities for people, bringing beauty and well-being through their world-class products to give back to the local communities and nature. Well, there is a lot about Oriflame that we will share today. So, join us today in celebrating Oriflame's landmark 50th anniversary and these stories of beautiful change.
Thank you very much. It's a very immense pleasure for me to be in front of you today. And I feel extremely proud. I feel extremely proud to be part of this company. As you understand that we're celebrating 50th anniversary, Oriflame is a Swedish company, but we're working in more than 60 countries all over the world on all continents. And everywhere we try to be the same company, sharing the same values, communicating the same messages, trying to be honest and very responsible corporate citizen. And we want to help people to change their lives. We presence in India more than 21 years, and we feel extremely, extremely excited about India, about the changes happening in India, about enormous potential for all of us as entrepreneurs, but also for Indian people. And in Oriflame, we really embrace changes. We are a cosmetics company. We're selling about 400 different cosmetics products and wellness products. And those products are for you to be better, for you to feel more comfortable. But one could say this is advertising. But for us, we see beauty much more than the outside beauty. I believe that beauty is equally important for your soul as well. And for people who are acting nicely, their life is changing around. We want people to do things slightly different, slightly better. Then all of us together will make this world a little bit better. We are for beauty changes. We are for small acts of beauty. And I would like you to pay attention to video for this moment. I'm 50 myself, and half of my life I'm working for Oriflame. And many times people ask me, why you work so long for the same company? And I ask this question myself. And you know, the answer is, when you wake up in the morning and you know that something what you do today will change someone's life to the best, makes me very, very excited, makes me very, very motivated. I've never been embarrassed about things we are doing in the company. I always feel proud about our approaches, about our ideas, about the way how we do things, very honestly, very transparently, trusting people, delivering what we promise, and promise what we can deliver. This is Oriflame. But one thing I would like to share with you, which I'm particularly proud. I love women. I love women because I think that the life in the planet, on our planet, exists because of women. They are mothers, they are carrying our genetics, they are saving our children, they bring life forward. But they also enormously responsible people because of they have to be responsible for families and for children. And then things need to be tough. They are much stronger than men. And I am a man, I can say like this. And we in Oriflame, we believe in women power. And when a lot of discussions in society happened about women empowerment, we are not talking. we're acting. And those acts are, in our case, to give people, not only women of course, but to give people, but primarily women, opportunity to try something different, opportunity to try themselves as entrepreneurs without big risk, without investing money. What we need is a love to other people, pride of our products and our company, and desire to do some changes in themselves, some changes to help others. This is what Oriflame's standpoint is, to give people opportunity to change their life, to make things more beautiful, both outside but also inside. And this is what wakes me up every morning and moves me to my job, to move me to meet people like yourself, to move me to meet our clients and partners. Thank you very much for your attention and attendance.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I need energy. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect. So how are you doing? Superb. And I would like to thank each one of you for taking out time today and making it so special for us today. Well, before I start talking about what does Oriflame basically, what does beautiful change mean to Oriflame, it is very important for us to understand what is the real meaning of beautiful change. Well, it is not just limited to Oriflame. It's about all of us. It's about a small change that each one of us can do in our lives, which can create a positive impact on ourselves, on the people around us, and also on the environment. So, we really don't have to worry about whether this change is big or small. It can be as simple as donating old books to a nearby school, or donating your old clothes to somebody who needs it. All that matters is, collectively, these changes could make a big impact on the environment or the world we stay in. So, for Oriflame, beautiful change is about a commitment towards sustainability. And with this campaign, we're going to share stories of people from across the globe who have been making these beautiful changes in their lives. Our long-term objective has been to become a sustainable company. But we know that there's a long way to go. And we are committed getting there. I will show you some of the ways that we are adopting to be there. And to do so, we approach our strategy very holistically by addressing everything in this product life cycle, right from sourcing the right kind of ingredients to creating products out of them, transporting these ingredients to the warehouses and the consumers. Finally, it reaches to the customer and it gets disposed of. I'm going to share a short video with you which are going to share some of the steps which we are taking at each stage of the life cycle in order to become a sustainable company. Let's have a look at this video. We have always believed that we are taking steps in the right direction, and so all our sustainability goals have been classified broadly into 3 strategic areas. The first one being creating opportunities for people, as Sergey just mentioned a while back. This is in the DNA of the Oriflame brand. When I come to our products, for the last 50 years, we've been working hard to provide you best-in-class beauty products. But there's another side to it. We are also taking steps so that these products can be made environmentally responsible. And lastly, we do not shy away from driving environmental responsibility. Moving on to creating opportunities. By this time, I believe everybody believes that Oriflame is a brand which creates opportunity, especially for women across the globe. Do you believe it or not? I want to hear it more loudly. Do you believe it or not? But there's something which many of you may not be knowing, is that we also take care, can I just have a slide back? We also take care of are communities. And a perfect example for this is our partnership with Fair Trade. You may not be also knowing that we are the first beauty company in the world to partner with Fair Trade. That's a big one. I need to hear a round of applause on this one. This is the first brand to partner with Fair Trade in the beauty business. Well, how does it work? We source our organic coconut oil from Fair Trade Alliance, Kerala. So by doing so, there are two things that we're doing. One, we are ensuring that we use the best of ingredients that goes inside our products. And secondly, by paying the fair price to the producers through Fair Trade Alliance, we are also enabling them to invest in their business and communities for a sustainable future. To show more insights on this one, let's have a look at a video. I personally feel that sharing all these things with you today is an amazing moment for all of us at Oriflame, because while being in beauty business for the last 50 years, we've been always committed to providing you with the best of beauty products. But it equally becomes our responsibility that our products are made in a way that they are responsible towards the environment. They do not harm the environment. And this is one of the most important responsibilities for us as an organization when it comes to take care of this. One such range, in fact, we've been working in this direction for quite some time now. And one such range that has been developed and is about to get launched is the new Love Nature range. This range is primarily Love Nature, Loves Oceans, as we say. It is in line with our philosophy of respecting nature and being inspired by nature. So when I say this, it is important for us to know that this range in particular helps to reduce our impact on water in three beautiful ways. Let's take a look at these ways. So when we say the rinsing products in this particular range, the rinse-off products, they come with biodegradable formulations, which means no harm to the aquatic life or the aquatic environment that we live in. The second thing that we talk about is that we say the products are silicone-free. So while the silicone may be good for your hair, but it is actually resulting in a buildup and finally, ultimately ending up in the human food cycle. So this is what you really want? I believe no one of us really wants this to happen. In fact, I missed a slide, which was an important slide, which I would like to share. It's about plastic microbeads. I am sure that not many brands are talking about this today, especially in India, in case of India. Why do we say that saying no to plastic microbeads? We opt for natural origin beads, because once the plastic beads really ends up in the oceans or the water, gets consumed by the fishes, has a great impact on the aquatic life. It's a very clear example that how we are working as an organization for not just providing you with the best-in-class products, but also being very careful about what these ingredients or these products have an end result on the environment. And finally, we move on to the third strategic area, that's driving environmental sustainability. I'm not going to take much of time here. While we're doing many things in this direction, right from trying to reduce our CO2 emissions by up to 50% by 2020, that's the aim we have. We are also working towards, because we print a lot of catalogs. You all know that we do a lot of catalogs every month. So this becomes extremely important for us to tackle that our 99% of paper that we use in our catalogs comes from credible sources. And for this, we partnered with FSC. Well, these were just a few highlights of what we're actually doing, or what ways we are basically adopting to become a beautiful brand, or so as to say, doing beautiful changes around. I personally feel, and the brand personally feels, that the bigger impact, a bigger positive impact can only come if we all collectively start making small changes in our lives and try to make a difference. Well, this is it from me, from my side, and I would like to take your leave. Thank you so much. And there is some amazing, beautiful change awaiting for you. Let's have a look.
On the right now. Just for a few seconds, then we're going to begin, all right? You'll never be satisfied, right? I'm sure you're going to go ahead be taking about 1,000 pictures till you will want more. All right, thank you. Kalki, I need for you to be here. I need Sir and Mr. Koechlin and Mr. Anand to be right here, the center stage with Kalki. All right, we're going to begin, and now my first question, of course, I'm going to go ahead and ask all three of you some questions here. So my first question is for our Managing Director, Mr. Koechlin. I need for you to let us know that how do you feel to have the gorgeous, beautiful Kalki as a brand ambassador for Oriflame?
I think I think you already answered this question, how you can feel staying next to such a beauty. Of course, we feel extremely excited. But I also feel that we have a lot in common. And of course, we made a very thorough search, and when we decided to offer this collaboration, this partnership to Kalki. And one of the things which made me very fascinated, that such a beautiful lady have such a diverse and broad interest in life, and really I think it's a true example of a modern woman, which is both beautiful, extremely smart, challenging herself and challenging environment around herself, and pushing boundaries. And I think it is very close to our culture, to our company. So that's what I feel. I feel very proud and happy.
Thank you. Perfect. All right. That was wonderfully answered here, sir. And now, Kalki, let me go ahead and ask you first of all, thank you for being on board. Such an honor to have you here with us. So my same question will be, how does it feel for you to be a part of Oriflame family?
Well, it feels great for me. Although today is the official day that I'm coming publicly here in front of press and talking about Oriflame, I've actually been with them since April, and I got to meet colleagues of Oriflame from all over India, and that was a very personal and exceptional experience where I really got to see how the women of all the small towns in India are so involved with this company. So my first thing about Oriflame was just watching women become entrepreneurs, women who are, at home, become their own entrepreneurs and going out and working for Oriflame. I find that really, really inspirational. And the second reason, of course, is, making this beautiful change, seeing a brand which looks to the future, where I think we live in a society today where we are technologically advanced enough to take care of each other and our environment, but we haven't reached the stage where we're using it responsibly. We have the technology, but a lot of companies are not using that technology responsibly, and I find it really forward-thinking of Oriflame to already be thinking about, getting rid of plastic beads and things like that, where you are taking care of your environment as well as the people in your company. So very, very glad to be part of this.
Thank you. That was so beautifully explained by Kalki. I think it's very, very important in today's time to actually be the change, not just a change in a generic way, but yes, to do something better for the earth. And that's exactly what Oriflame believes in, and you as a wonderful talent here believes in that too. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Naveen Anand, the new Senior Director of Regional Marketing, Oriflame, who has recently taken over the mentor. So now my question for Mr. Anand will be the same. How does it feel to be in Oriflame family?
Very, very excited to be here with 2 decades in direct selling, and I've been in India, and last 4 years I was in US, worked on many markets, but it's a great feeling to be here back in India and with Oriflame, a company which has had 50 years of history, a company which has big belief in safe products, a company which has big belief in science and R&D, but I think above that, a company which has a heart, a company which empowers women, and a company which does not only talk, but walks the talk when it comes to sustainability. I couldn't be more proud. Very happy to be here. Thank you for having me here.
Fantastic. Now I request Kalki and Adigu to please take their seats here on the dais. All right, well, I'm sure you've understood what's going to happen now. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this was a beautiful glimpse into the world of change which you just experienced. But now the session is open to the question that you have in your mind. So any queries about anything, you may go ahead and ask. I now open the floor for the question and the answers with the esteemed guests here, and would also like to invite Ms. Shikha Duggal to please join us here for this session. Welcome to you, ma'am. So please go ahead and ask your questions. You can raise your hands and the mic. Yes, all right. Towards my right towards the end.
Hello. Good afternoon. Congratulations, Kalki. I'd like to know that what is the secret of your inner beauty and outer beauty?
Wow. Well, the secret of my outer beauty is not very secret. It's my parents. I think my parents are responsible for my beauty. But the secret of my inner beauty, I think, is that you have to constantly keep changing. You have to keep evolving. And when you do that, when you work on yourself and you accept yourself and the changes that are happening to you both in your body and in your emotions and in your mind, you keep evolving, and I think that makes for beautiful people.
Beautiful.
Hi, congratulations for celebrating the Golden Jubilee year for Oriflame. It's indeed very nice to know that you have your social responsibilities as well as you are looking after the nature as well. My question is to Kalki. You being a brand ambassador for this product, John, congratulations for that. How your responsible community going to be towards the brand as well as in a social way also?
So I mean, I think one of the reasons I'm with Oriflame is because I myself have grown up in a very sort of sustainable environment. You know, I grew up in Pondicherry in Auroville, which is a very sustainable community, which believes in organic, growth, giving back to the land, employing local people. It's, of course, women and education of the girl child has always been on top of my list. And all of these ethics, I think, are very much part of Oriflame as a brand. There are lots of things that we are constantly trying to do in our own lives to be a little more like environmentally conscious. But when you have a brand like this, you're working on a much bigger scale, because Oriflame has about 3 million people around the world working for them and through them. And it just spreads in a much more vast scale than what I do at home. For example, at home I am now working on separating my bins, separating wastes, plastic and dry waste and wet waste. But these are very small things that all of us can do. But then there are, brands themselves, when they come on board, you're spreading out to a much vaster audience.
Kalki, if you would like to change a beautiful change in Bollywood industry where you come from, what would be that change actually?
Very good question.
A beautiful change in Bollywood. I think it's actually already started happening, but I think writing should have a lot more priority, because content is what is king nowadays, especially with the content that web has started bringing in. So I think that we should honor our writers, give them a lot of importance, because good writers are what make good movies.
Wow. So I'm sure you will have loads of questions. Please go ahead. This is the moment. You wouldn't get this opportunity again. There, on my left, yes. Can we have the mic there? All right.
Hi. So let me just begin. Congratulations on the 50 years. And Kalki, I'm a huge fan of yours. I think you're extremely thoughtful about everything you take on. And I really love that about you. Now, one thing that I have heard throughout the presentations was women empowerment, how Oriflame is supporting women empowerment. I want to know what is the most essential, what do you feel is the most essential to empowering women?
Oh, wow. What's the most essential thing? I think it's, I think right now it's about what we as women, the confidence that we need to have. I think all of us are living in a society now where we have education, we have jobs for women, but there's still a sort of confidence lacking. Like, I know a lot of women who feel the pressure to get married still, or once they get married that maybe they should stop working for a while, and this is also because of certain laws and things that are still patriarchal. For example, we have maternity leave, but we don't have paternity leave in the same equal way. So I feel that domestic responsibility needs to be shared out more at home in order for it to work in the office environment too. You can't have women being empowered in the office but not at home. So I think that balance is our big challenge in today's time.
I'm in complete agreement. Thank you.
If you don't mind, I can add on this question.
Sure.
we have a community of Swedish companies in India, and quite often we have equality as a discussion point, because this is a very sound subject for European companies and for European culture. And here we try to behave the same way. And when you ask this question to Kalki, I was thinking, how would I answer this question? And I would add that I think respect is actually a good word. We need to respect women as an equal part of the society. We are not the same, men and women, and God's created us different, but we have the same rights and we have the same opportunities, and this is what we try to embrace, that everyone have an equal opportunity to participate in the social life, in the business life, etc., etc. But the choice, of course, always back to people, but the society should treat equally and respect equally men and women. This would be a kind of our standpoint for the women empowerment.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, congrats on completing 50 years. This is Roshni from Best Media Info. My question is for either Ms. Dugal or Mr. Anand, whoever. With hashtag Beautiful Change, the new campaign that you guys are launching, will there be a mass media campaign which will follow on? And how well and how far have you been using digital to really promote? Because Oriflame is not a really retail strong brand. It's more direct sales. So how big part does digital play in your marketing?
I think, thank you for asking us this question. Digital comes across as a big opportunity for us. And through this campaign, I think we're very proud to first to introduce it to you. In fact, you're the one sitting out here. In fact, globally, India is the first market to introduce this campaign, and we really feel proud to do that. The bigger leg of this campaign would definitely run on digital. We are going to, this is not just a campaign for a month or so. It's what the brand believes in and what the brand wants to promote. It's all about basically collecting people and their stories from all across the globe to create this change, to create this momentum. And there is nothing better than digital that will play on this.
And should we expect a mass media campaign, or that's not a...
well, we are working more on digital to this because we are digitally connected definitely across the globe.
Thank you. Thanks. Hi, my name is Rini, and I first of all want to congratulate you for so many years of women empowerment. A little, example of that is 15 years ago, I think about more than 15 years ago, my mom had started selling these from her house, and she was just a homemaker then, we were in school, and that gave her a lot of confidence to actually start her own business in textiles later. So thank you so much for giving opportunities to women in smaller towns of India to do something which no one had thought of at that decade. And now my question to Kalki is, Kalki, you're like this, this vision of a strong woman who always does what she feels is right. Nowadays, a lot of young girls and women have these unreal expectations or benchmarks of beauty, and they want to look the certain way or be a certain way to kind of get this false gratification from people, other people, and not from within. What would be your message to those young girls who look up to you?
I think that, beauty is such a vast thing, and, we tend to look at beauty from a very, very commercial angle, and I would just say that uniqueness is another kind of beauty, and what you stand out in is what makes you beautiful. I have always been told I'm the unconventional actor and this and that, and I've embraced that unconventionalness because it is who I am, and that's actually why I am sitting here today and choosing a brand like Oriflame, and they're choosing me. So there is a place for beauty which is not necessarily just the exterior idea of beauty, and it's up to you to hone that personality,
Thank you so much.
So any more questions here? So we've got loads of questions coming in here. All right, on my left, right here, who's seated, and the gentleman who already asked a question, he wants to ask more.
Hi, congratulations. I'm Gurbir from Salon. My question is to the gentleman on. Yeah, hi. I wanted to ask you, you're a direct retail sales company. How many partners do you have currently and what is the expansion plan there? And are you looking at the B2B angle differently, putting up at shops or going? What is your expansion plan, basically?
Yes, I guess this is a question to me.
Yeah.
Well, we cannot, we are actually a public company and our shares are traded in the Stockholm Stock Exchange, and therefore we have limitation to what extent we can reveal numbers for each particular market. But what I can say that India is one of our five strategic focus markets where we as a company have a special attention and have a very high expectation. We actually have more than 20 places where we present ourselves, but this place is not B2B, and actually it's more service centers for our partners. And we have 2 factories already in India, and we are very, very positive into our outlook for the future of Oriflame in India. Going to your question to the beginning, are we going to do retailing or B2B? The answer would be not, because we in Oriflame, we are actual direct selling company. We are selling through personal recommendation. And going back to the couple of questions which sounded today, we are a very social company because of, for us, connection and trust from people to people is actually a foundation of our industry. I mean, people buying our products through friends, through recommendations, through referrals, and therefore we give them an opportunity to build their own networks. It's actually a kind of franchisee model for individual people. Therefore, we have no plans to go retail because of people who are our partners. They build their business and build their future, which they can pass this business to their children as well, on the principle of a personal recommendation, personal referral, and therefore this is the foundation of our business.
Hi, Kalki. Yes, sir. My question is from Kalki कि आपको याद आता है बचपन में कभी माँ के कुछ ऐसी चीजें जो आपको ब्यूटी के लिए आप लेकर करती थी, और अभी आप फिल्मों में कब आने वाली हैं? वो टिप्स बताइए और फिल्मों में कब आने वाली हैं?
मेरी मम्मी एक बहुत ही अच्छी सीक्रेट मुझे दिया, which is coconut oil, प्योर ऑर्गेनिक कोल्ड प्रेस कोकोनट ऑयल, जो अभी भी मैं बहुत यूज करती हूँ, खाना में डालती हूँ, बाल में डालती हूँ, फेस में डालती हूँ. सो आई लव बाय कोकोनट ऑयल. और दूसरी फिल्मों, न्यू प्रोजेक्ट्स. अच्छा, फिल्मों, आई हैव 2 फिल्म्स रिलीजिंग very soon. End of October, I have a film called Gia, जो मैं और Richard Chadda ने किया. It's a girls' road trip through Sweden.
Yeah, exactly. It was a very good connection.
So fantastic. We should have gotten in touch with Oriflame when we needed money to make the film. Never mind. And the second film is an independent film by a new director called Rakhi Sandilya, and it's called Ribbon. And that's releasing in November.
Just one. As Kalki spoke about coconut, and we saw in the slide like we were talking about Kerala actually, where you get the natural resources. So do you have plans where in India there are lots of places where you have the natural resources and you try to get associated with that particular state and trying to bring an empowerment there actually?
Well, definitely. I think our R&D team is continuously working on these for years, and this was just one place that they've identified in India through Fair Trade, and it's called Fair Trade Alliance Kerala. But needless to say, I think for us as a brand, what is more important? One is using the best of the ingredients in our products, and secondly, sourcing it from credible sources is what makes us important. So there is no limit to it, that whether we source it from other places in India. Definitely, I mean, if that is an opportunity that comes in, it will happen.
At the same time, we have a pretty strong control and restrictions of what we are doing. Our people who are doing product development, they really control the product ingredient chain from the beginning to the end. For example, we will not deal with the companies who would use child labor, for example, who would do unethical behavior towards nature. So it's not only one example. This is a totality of our approach to the product sourcing and raw material sourcing.
Thank you. Now, I think we'll have to, we're just running a bit short of time. So,
Kalki, I have a question for you actually. Back here on your, hi. Okay, this is a little different. This is a little offbeat, of course. We are talking about beautiful change, but unfortunately, a little boy in Gurgaon, lost his life in school. That raises the question of children being secure in schools. What are your thoughts on it?
I'm afraid I'm not here to discuss other news. We can have an interview later about those things.
Anything with the brand here, sure. Okay, I think we are running a bit short of time. So thank you, Kalki. Thank you to our dignitaries, and it was a wonderful day here. Can we have a big hand once again for this very momentous day here? Thank you once again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today this afternoon, and have a wonderful day ahead. Please do go ahead and enjoy the lunch which is already served. This is Glennie Mittal signing off, and yes, you may click the photographs soon as Kalki has to leave now.